What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Curtis, and today we're going to be doing like a little review and my thoughts towards the new Colorado platform, like the 3rd gen. I'm sure this goes along with like the Canyons and everything like that, but I had my black Z71 for about 35,000 miles before I traded it in for my 25 ZR2. So I've had about 45,000 miles of experience driving this new platform, the 3rd gen platform, and there's a couple little things that I'm not stoked on, but there's a lot of things that I love. I wouldn't have bought another Colorado if I didn't like the platform and truly believed in the capabilities of it. So starting out, let's talk about like the styling and everything. Hands down, I believe the Colorado looks the best out of all the new platform mid-size trucks. The Colorados just knock it out of the park. They just look so aggressive. And I had my Z71, it looked really nice. You had to do a bunch of things for it to like look aggressive. It already does, but you know, you got to do some things. The ZR2 right out the gate looks insane. Especially for like the bumpers I have, the suspension I have, it really just adds to like everything. And I would have to say the styling is one of the best things about it. It just looks awesome, and so many people compliment you at like the gas station, like that truck's sick, because it looks so dang aggressive. And then coming into the interior, overall, like the interior is so nice. Everything feels pretty much premium. Not to knock on those Toyota guys, but like their dash rattles, and then they got these like fake plastic moly panels that move around and everything. But the ZR2 and the Z71, they feel super premium. And even when I was like driving the Trail Boss that I had as a rental when my ZR2 took a poopy, when I had it for like 300 miles, we'll get into that whole thing. But the Trail Boss still felt like super dialed, like even with like a plastic steering wheel, it felt good. The heated, cooled seats, super nice. All the buttons for like the lockers and stuff, like super nice right here to like be able to have all your buttons. Super nice to have like all the buttons right there and everything like that. So I do like that. They're very nice. They're very fun to push, I would have to say. Very fun to push. Love that, love that. As it goes for the suspension, I would have to say that Z71 trash, because they kind of made it like a street truck or whatever. They wanted to make it a street truck version. Z71, I upgraded to some icons, and they kind of blew within like 15 to 20,000 miles, and I wasn't stoked on that. Traded them in like that. As it goes for the DSSVs, I would have to say they are like a great shock from the factory, but if you want more capabilities and actually wheel your truck, and I would just upgrade to the Peak DSC shocks, coilovers and everything, because you have the adjustment of high and low speeds, and like that just changed the whole driving dynamic off-road. I'm not scared to like hit big bumps, jumps, rock crawling just feels good. I would just have to say like the DSSVs aren't very good at low speeds. You get a lot of like head bobble back and forth, and I hate that. That's like the worst, is when you're just like, your head's going back and forth on like low speed stuff, because like it has lockers, dual lockers. You're probably going to be rock crawling. I don't understand like the dynamic of like, yes, the DSSV shocks are like pretty decent at high speeds, but like then it has lockers, but it's not good at low speeds. So it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. But the Peaks, they do both, because you have the adjustment of high and low speeds, front and rear. And that's like one of the best upgrades I could have done to the ZR2, because you can just fit larger tires. You don't have to do no like collar lifts, puck lifts and everything. And then like you can rebuild these also. These can get rebuilt. DSSVs you can't. Long thing, but the DSSVs are a decent shock from the factory, but if you want to use it, upgrade for a better ride quality, there are a lot of better options out there. Also, with the Peak coilovers, you get more travel, and who doesn't like more travel? More travel's way better. So That's another big thing to like think about when you're off-roading and everything. Like if you saw, I was rock crawling some stuff on the way to this spot and then hit some fast-paced whoops, hit some stuff, and everything just felt dialed. So the Peak DSC coilovers, use my code downtime, get some money off because they're awesome, they're great, and it's definitely one of the things you want to upgrade on your ZR2 if you're doing it. Let's talk about the bed. The bed, I mean, it's just a typical 5-foot bed. It has like the Stowflex tailgate. Honestly, I'm gonna modify and make my own kind of like just flat surface because the little ribs and the ruler, I don't need that. And like if you're just using it as like work truck, I could see that like this is nice, the Stowflex, but I'm just not a big fan. I do appreciate like the thought about you know, it's like the tailgate wars. Everybody has something for the tailgate, but no one makes it flat. Doesn't make any sense. I feel like if they made it flat, it would probably be a winner chicken dinner. And then the bed on my black Z71, I tore the bed rails on both sides right by the stake ties, just shredded it all the way down, cracked it all the way through, because right where that is, right where you like clamp things onto your bed, it's like a single sheet, and then after that spot, it's like a double ply. So they didn't make that like double ply all the way through. I feel like that probably would have been a good idea, but they didn't. And I'm a little worried about having the GFC on my truck for that reason, because it kind of just clamps down the same way as a lot of, I've had like 5 subscribers have the same problem as me, tearing the bed rails. And yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, then you gotta like weld it, TIG weld it, and paint match it and everything like that. Like I did, it's not good. But yeah, that's like, I give that like a 5 because that kind of sucks if that does happen. Yeah, it's just a bed, just a 5-foot bed, pretty nice. I noticed like back in the corner right here, it's not like sealed all the way, and it's like glued. Like the bed is glued like in, and yeah, so the corners are glued. It's weird. Hope those don't crack. I've seen some like kind of break apart, but yeah, the bed, wish it was a little more dialed for the off-road lifestyle. I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping. I'm scared that I'm gonna crack my bed rails again, but I don't know. I've had a lot of people have the same issue as me. And then the towing capacity, I towed my dad's boat. It's like 5,000 pounds, and she tows great, tows fine. Haven't towed it with the camper on. I've towed it with like my smart cap and my FSR tent, but that's a way heavier setup than what I have now, so should tow better. And I get better gas mileage with the GFC, which is really weird. With the smart cap, I was getting like 13. Now I'm getting about 15 miles per gallon. So that's cool. That's cool. Let's talk about rear suspension. I really wish they would have done like a linked design instead of running leaf springs, because like the Ranger Raptor has links in the rear. The Tacoma has links in the rear, and it just rides so much better. Like from driving my wife's Bronco, that's linked in the rear with coilovers, so nice. So it rides so much better. And yeah, that's one thing. I know it's like tried and true, reliable, leaf springs, reliable. But yeah, I wish it was linked in the rear. That's one of my pet peeves, because you can only add so much. Like I have a Peak out of leaf and then the Peak coilovers in the rear. And I feel like coils would just be so much better. That's a little pet peeve of mine. Wish it was linked. It would be a lot nicer. And yeah, that's a bummer. The camera system is amazing. I would have to say it's probably the best camera system from a manufacturer. Like the 360 camera is super nice. I don't have the underbody cameras because I don't really care about that. But everything else, flawless, crispy backup camera and front camera, side camera, very nice. So let's talk about the problems I've had. I told you guys that I tore the bed apart on my last truck. This one's been fine. Had the coolant T leak on my old truck. That was fixed, easy fix, like a $2 O-ring. It's not bad, it's easy fix. And then battery problems, but that was like, because it was a 23. It was the first year of a new vehicle. Of course you're gonna have problems. But this one, my 2025, I had one big problem, 300 miles in. The whole brake module system failed, and it was just a bad part on a bunch of trucks, and they got it fixed. Took forever, but you know, like back order parts nowadays, everybody has back order parts. Everything's, you know, no one has parts in stock, especially new vehicles. For some reason, they just don't have them in stock, but we got it fixed, and so far, flawless. No problems. Cross my fingers. No issues. And yeah, so far, ZR2, very nice. And honestly, surprises me every time I go hit some trails with other rigs. Everybody's like struggling, and I'm like, damn, they're struggling. And then I go to hit it, and I'm like, what? That wasn't that hard. That was easy. No, like no tire slippage, everything. The lockers really help, but like, I don't know. ZR2 makes everything easy, and sometimes I want to struggle. That's sad to say, but sometimes I want to struggle on some obstacles and work it. It just, every time, it's just like it always makes it for some reason. No matter what it is. Never had any problems. Never got stuck. Never couldn't do an obstacle. It just did it all. It made it look easier than everybody else. I don't know why. So would I do it again? Would I get another Colorado? Since this is my second one, I'd probably switch it up because I like switching things up. But if it's your first time buying it, hell yeah. Definitely buy a Colorado. Love this truck. Super capable, dialed. Gets pretty good gas mileage with a camper and 35s on it. And, you know, you're just going to have so much fun with it. The aftermarket is getting better, thankfully. So that's cool. The problem, like the second gen, they always had a hard time, but I'm seeing more manufacturers make cool stuff for the Colorados, and that's all that matters. If manufacturers are helping us out, you know, love that. But go buy yourself a Colorado. You won't be disappointed. It's going to be amazing. Just don't get black paint like my old truck. Just black paint, stay away. Stay away. Black's sick, but silver always just looks nice. Even though it's all muddy right now, I'm not really sweating it. All right, guys, so if you were in the market for a mid-size truck, get a Colorado ZR2 Canyon AT4X. Definitely worth it, and it is kind of like the lowest priced mid-size vehicle when it comes to like the higher off-roading trims and like the lower trims too. Like the Ranger, no one has a Ranger. Ranger Raptor's expensive. Tacomas are just expensive in general for no reason. And then the ZR2 has front and rear lockers. You can get it for like 47 compared to like all the others are like 50, 55, which is just absolutely bonkers. Definitely worth it. I've had really no issues with my 25, my 23, because it was like a new generation first vehicle year. Of course I had problems. It's just gonna happen, you know what I mean? But 25, she's been dialed and it's totally worth it. And I love it. But yeah, make sure guys to like, comment, subscribe. Give me like a hype. It really helps me make these videos for you guys, and really helps my channel, makes me happy, and helps me do cool stuff still. Helps me still do cool stuff for you guys. But so if you guys are wondering about the tube style bumpers, I'll have some exciting news next week's video, so make sure to tune in for that. I got a nice Christmas surprise for you guys, so make sure to watch that video. Subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. It's going to be very crucial to do that because I have something planned for you guys. Might be doing a little giveaway for the fans, and I'm excited to be able to do that. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up to date with what's going on, and it really helps me make videos for you guys. And yeah, bumper news next week. Tune in. Also, I don't know what to do with the bed, the GFC build. I'm still trying to figure it out. First, I need to make a platform, flat surface, because the ribs really suck. I do want to do carpet because it's comfy, But then when I think about snow camping, wetness, cold, rain, not rain, but snow melting in the back, I don't know. But leave it down in the comments. If you guys have any ideas, throw me some comments. Other than that, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Like I said a million times, I would really help me out. But I'll talk to you guys next week. I love you guys so much. You guys have been amazing. I'm almost at 10K subscribers, and I can't believe it. 2 years ago, I made one video, how to remove your air dam, and you guys loved it, and I just kept making videos for you. So I just find that crazy. But love you guys so much. Peace out. Bye.